Hello and welcome. My name is Mwangala Chakalashi Santos, your host. Now we're still in the festive season where we're celebrating, where we're shopping and having good food, whatever that means for you. On today's show, I'm joined by Mr. Chishimba Kambwili, and let's just take a look and see what Christmas means for him in this season. Mr. Kambwili, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
I'm so happy to host you. It's such an honor and a privilege for me to have you on this show.
I'm humbled to be on this platform as well.
Thank you. Now we're talking about Christmas. What does that mean for you?
Christmas basically is the birth of Christ. God saw it fit that man had sinned. Like it says that all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. So in order for God to give us a second chance, he sent his son Jesus, who was born like a normal human being, but was God himself. So every Christmas, we celebrate the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ. And it's time for family, reflections, and obviously looking at others' joy. Because more often than not in life, people only consider their own joy and not look at the joy of others. Their own happiness and not look at the happiness of others. But I think Christmas provides a time of reflection. It's a time that you need to be with family, time that you need to ask for forgiveness to those that you've wronged, and of course those that have wronged you also, vice versa. And it's just a very good time in one's life in the 12-month calendar. Christmas turned out to be the most special day in a Christian's life.
Wow, that's powerful. You've talked about family, and I'm wondering, I'm looking at you, you are such a busy leader. How do you strike a balance between family, between being a father, you've told me that you're a grandfather, I didn't know that part, and also being a political leader? How do you strike a balance?
Well, it's a question of managing your time. I have time for my family, I have time for politics, and I have time for reflection, time to do a bit of reading, and obviously time to be with friends. It's a question of managing your time.
Okay.
And I do manage my time.
That's powerful. How do you choose to spend this Christmas? You've talked about happiness.
Oh,
How are you going to make the Zambians out there
I'm going to be with my children. 3 of my children are here in Zambia, plus my grandchild and my daughter-in-law. So we are going to be at home. And I've got about 4 grandchildren that have come to visit my elder sister's daughter's children. They are at my house. So we are going to spend good quality family time together.
True.
It's unfortunate that my wife and my other 2 daughters are in England, but obviously there will be phone calls, video calls, just for us to be a family. Okay.
How was Christmas like for you growing up back in the days?
Very exciting.
I remember Christmas would not be complete without, rice.
Very
chicken.
exciting. You know, I come from a very humble background, and I think we used to eat rice on Christmas.
That completes Christmas for all.
And that's the time you would see a soft drink, Coca-Cola and Fanta, bought for you. But above all, it was time for us. I grew up United Church of Zambia. In the United Church of Zambia, and obviously during Christmas we used to have Christmas carols. We used to have the birth of Jesus sketch or play at church, and it used to be very, very interesting.
What is that one thing that most of the Zambians out there don't know about you? Would you like to share?
Well, I am a very kind person.
I know that.
Loving and extremely helpful. Like I said, I come from a poor background. I know what it means to suffer. If you came to my home in Luansha, almost every day there are people who come to ask for help. In many ways, school fees, funerals, helping out with funerals. Others who just come, they don't have food. And because I lived a life where at some time we did not even have food in the house, I wouldn't want to see any Zambian go through that kind of situation. Yeah.
So do you do it because you come from a humble background? Or?
No, it is just inborn. It's in me to help, because it's not all the people that come from humble backgrounds that give. Giving is a gift from God. When you are gifted by God to give, you give. Those who are not gifted will not give. Others are gifted, but deliberately they don't want to give and share with the poor people. But for me, I pick it up from my late father, Mr. Jackson Wanga Kamwala Kambwili, and of course my grandfather, Mr. James Chansalumbwe. Both of them were givers.
How would you like to spend Christmas differently this year?
Like I said, I've got my 4 grandchildren plus Hilai, my first grandchild, my son Mwamba, his wife Sui, my daughter Kabamba, and my daughter Chanda. I'm sure they are preparing some meals. We're going to have supper together, and then we can sit and have some drink while we wait for midnight.
Fantastic.
In order to celebrate.
Do you Christmas shop?
Yes, we do. In fact, I just came from buying my grandchild a toy.
Oh, wow.
And the other grandchildren some toys.
Okay.
Obviously, Christmas is a time to give gifts.
Are you expecting any gifts from your family members?
Obviously, I do expect. My children do that all the time.
Oh, wow.
So by the time it will be midnight or tomorrow early in the morning, then we'll start opening up our parcels.
Okay.
And I expect my children, even my wife, I know she must have sent my daughter to buy me something. They can't just tell me, but obviously every year I receive gifts from the family.
So what are you expecting from Santa this year? Now, Santa, obviously, we know that that's God. If you had to make a wish, what would that be for this Christmas?
My wish would be that leaders start reflecting, 1, on how to get the Zambian people out of poverty, 2, how to industrialize this country so that we can create jobs, 3, how to actualize our wish as Zambians to move away from the dependence of copper into the agriculture sector, how we can improve on tourism, and obviously how we can improve on electricity generation so that we can move our people from the poverty into a middle income country.
Okay, and in your personal life?
In my personal life, my sister, I depend on God every day. Where you are seeing me, because of my efforts to speak on behalf of the people of Zambia, I have been treated very badly. All my businesses have been closed. I am always in court. I have no time to work. Like you were surprised when I told you that I just came from court. Even on Christmas Eve, I have to be in court. But I forgive those people that have done these atrocities to me. I ask God to forgive them because they don't know what they do. And I also want to say that I would ask for forgiveness from those I've wronged. Let this Christmas be a starting point for people to care about others, for people to have a feeling of how other people feel when they are badly treated. And of course, dialogue, forgiving one another, start on a new slant. We don't need to be fighting as politicians. We need to work together, concerted effort, where every Zambian feel that we have leaders. I think we've done a lot of fighting in this country than putting our heads together to uplift the living standards of our people. In most of the countries, you cannot see the difference between the opposition and the ruling party. But in this country, you can clearly see that there's a dividing line between those in opposition and those in the ruling party. I want to call upon everybody, more especially our president, Dr. Edgar Chagwalungu, that he should have a big heart, a heart of forgiving, a heart of loving, and a heart of accommodation, accommodating every Zambians, regardless of their creed, color, race, tribe, or whatever.
Okay. So you told me that you can sing.
Wow.
Were you in the choir before?
I was in the choir. I grew up in the choir.
Okay. Do you have a favorite song? You know, for me, I think Kalindula does it for me. Do you have
I have a lot of, in fact, my favorite music is actually Kalindula.
Oh, wow.
I don't listen to these other
Who's your
songs. I listen
favorite
to tradition. My favorite artist is...
Glorious Band?
No. My favorite artist is Selenje Kalindula Band.
Oh, wow. Why do you listen to Selenje Kalindula Band?
I just like their music, their message in the music is very good. It's teaching message, and their beat is very good. It's unfortunate that there are no more. All of them died, but their music still lives on.
Okay, all right. So I'd like you to give the Zambians your Christmas message, and then thereafter we can sing. I will join you in the singing. I really want to. You have such a voice with so much authority, and I'm thinking you can do well in the choir. So maybe you give us a Christmas message, and then we can sing.
I wish all the people of Zambia a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. I wish all the people that are in hospitals good and quick recovery. I wish those who are traveling during this festive season to have safe travels to and from wherever they are coming from. And I wish all the Zambians a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. Let's enter the New Year as loving people. Let's enter the New Year with a heart of dialogue. These political differences that we've had in this country must come to an end. We must go for an indaba where we can dialogue properly, genuinely, and start moving as one Zambia, one nation.
Fantastic. Now it's singing time.
Well, I don't know. On Christmas.
So we wish you a Merry Christmas. Yeah. Okay. So on count of 3. 1, 2, 3. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. High five.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
This has been Mwangala Chakalashi Santos. Join me for another exciting episode.